Like you read in the title, I will literally explain to you why Raphinha deserves the Ballon d'Or more than Salah this season. I don't give a f***. I got tired from triggering Real Madrid fans, so I said it, let me do the same shit with Liverpool fans and the Prem fans. I don't care. This is my opinion. And wait a damn minutes. I know that the season didn't end. That's why I put so far in the title. I think the winner of the Ballon d'Or will be the best player from the best team. Team that will win the Champions League. It can be neither Salah or Raphinha at the end. If Real Madrid end up winning it, which can happen, do I want it to happen? Hell no. Mbappe will win it. For now, I don't think that's anyone in this world better than Salah or Raphinha when it comes to the best player from the best teams in the world. The two favorite teams to win the Champions League this season. The best footballer for me in the world is Pedri. But Pedri don't have the stats to back him up, so he has zero chances of winning the Ballon d'Or. It's just between Raphinha and Salah. And please, I'm not hating on Salah. Salah is one of the best players in the world. Some might say that he is the best player in the world, and I will respect their opinions. Great player, amazing player, and I'm not doing something bad by comparing him to Raphinha. Both of them great players. It's not like I'm comparing Salah with Vinicius for Salah fans or Liverpool fans to get angry on me. Nah, Salah versus Raphinha, two great players that doing great this season. Simple as this, and it's a great conversation. I will prove to you why Raphinha deserves it more than Salah, but I have to use some stats, okay? Not crazy stats. You know me that I'm against the use of stats. I hate the stats. But some of y'all are stupid and don't understand shit in football, so I have to use some type of explanation for y'all to understand. And I'm not gonna use crazy stats. I'm not gonna turn into some kind of version to be like XGOT. Salah has more XGOT than Raphinha. Raphinha has more duels won. That bullshit. Nah, I will keep it real simple. I'm not gonna be that kind of a version. Like someone who has been with a woman but never felt the touch of a woman. Okay, like Mbappe. You know what I mean? Salah plays at the Prem. Raphinha plays at La Liga. La Liga is clear of the Prem when it comes to the level of competition. The Prem is more entertaining? Absolutely. The Prem is actually one of the most, if not the most entertaining league in the world. But when it comes to competition, the level of competition in La Liga is ahead of the Prem by a lot. This is the Premier League table. Okay, what do you see? Liverpool, clear of Arsenal with 13 points. After that, Nottingham Forest. After that, City. This is the top four. Liverpool, Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, and City. You know how many games City lost? Brother, you know how bad they were doing this season? Exactly. And they are still top four. And Chelsea to top five. This is how stupid the level of competition when it comes to this league. 13 points between the fucking first and the second. The league already done. When it comes to La Liga, look at the top three, man. 57, 56, 54. I don't think it's fair, Salah, to compare him with Raphinha when it comes to the leagues. I know that Salah is cooking in the Prem, which is understandable. 25 goals, 17 assists in 28 games. It's crazy. I'm not gonna judge him on his level in the Prem. Like, come on, 7 penalties is crazy. To make it fair, I'm not gonna compare the Prem and La Liga while we have a competition, literally a competition that is called the Champions League, where Salah and Raphinha both compete against each other. They both play against big clubs. Why are we gonna compare two leagues, two different leagues that have two different teams, that a lot can happen in them, while we have a Champions League, a competition where they actually play against each other? I'm not hating on Salah's performances in the Prem or running away from them, but you have to understand something, and we need to start a conversation. Liverpool and Barcelona are not the same. You see those numbers from Salah in the Prem: 25 goals, 7 penalties, 17 assists. Those are amazing stats. But Liverpool don't have a serious striker. Liverpool always starting either Jota, Darwin Nunez, Gakpo. You know, they always switch up on striker position. They were always doing it. Their main goal scorers are their wingers. Since the day of Mane, Salah, they've always been their main goal scorers. That's why you always see Salah have big numbers. That's why you always see players, wingers at Liverpool have more goals than their strikers, because their play style involve about their wingers scoring the goals. Their wingers being the main goal scorers. Okay, it's not like Barcelona. When it comes to Barcelona, we already have a striker called Lewandowski. Everyone wants to give the ball to the striker, to the goal scorer. They need to put selfishness aside and give the ball to the striker. That's why you don't see high numbers when it comes to goals for Raphinha, because Raphinha so many times tried to pass the ball to Lewandowski. And the assist, you might tell me, oh my god, the assist is too low. Brother, you probably never watched Barcelona. You probably never watched Lewandowski. But that man misses everything. He is the one that's causing so many problems right now in these conversations. Pedri could have been in this conversation instead of Raphinha. Man, if Lewandowski made his chances. You know what? Let me show you how many expected assists. Expected assists, 6.79. Let me show you Pedri. Let me show you. That guy Lewandowski will pay for all of this. My man literally has 3 assists from 6 expected assists. Now, again, that's why you can't judge Raphinha that crazy about his goals when it comes to La Liga, because the man, at the end of the day, his job is not to fully score goals. And also, when it comes to Salah's goal, most of them are literally tap-ins, let alone the penalties. Now, let's speak about a competition that they both play in. I'm speaking about the Champions League. First, let's see Salah. We have 3 goals, good, with 2 penalties. I'm not gonna say anything, but you get me, okay? This is the serious competition that they are playing in, both of them. Okay, with how many assists? 4 assists, fair enough. Let's see the games he had. Against PSG, a serious game, exactly, did nothing. Yesterday was one of the worst performances from him. So yeah, a serious game, an important game where he didn't show up, okay? Against Lille, he scored, good, who cares? Against Girona, he scored average games. When it comes to Real Madrid, again, an important game like the PSG one against a big club. What did he do? He missed a penalty. Didn't even have a single shot on target. You don't believe me? I'm gonna show you. 0 shots on target. He had some good games, but compared to the big games, Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, all the eyes were on those games. All the eyes were on Salah. But what the f did Salah did? Exactly nothing. Now let's see Raphinha. Raphinha, 9 games in the Champions League, 9 goals and 4 assists. And you might tell me, oh my god, maybe he played against shit teams. Against Benfica, he scored the winner. Atalanta, 2 assists. You see Benfica, another game, we were losing, a remontada happened, and he was the guy that scored the winner. Against Borussia Dortmund, a difficult game. What did he do? He scored a goal. And then when he played against Bayern Munich, the happened. Let's not speak about the PSG games from last season and what he did against PSG, but that's from last season, and I only speak about this season. But you get me, you get the difference between 2 type of players. One of them, what did he do against PSG, and the other one, what did he do against PSG. No hate again to Salah, but there is levels. If you play both against each other in a big competition, and you're playing against the best players in the world, and you can't show up, that doesn't mean shit. If you are the best in the world, you need to show up against the best players in the world, to show up as the best out of the best. When you are playing against big clubs, that's when you should show up, and especially that both of y'all are competing in this big competition. Since Salah played against Real Madrid, let me show you what happened when Raphinha played against Real Madrid this season. He played twice, which you might tell me that's not fair. How about this? I'm gonna make it fair for you. I'm gonna choose the worst game from Raphinha this season against Real Madrid, and let's just compare it with the one from Salah against Real Madrid. Raphinha played against Real Madrid in the Super Cup. What happened? Raphinha scored 2 goals and 1 assist. You might think, oh no, but that's not fair. Okay, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna give you the worst game of Raphinha against Real Madrid this season in La Liga, where he only scored 1 goal and had 1 assist. Compared to Salah's one against Real Madrid, like we seen, he was shit. Like, arguably Real Madrid is one of the best clubs in the world, and they both of them played against them. One dropped one of the best performances in 2 games, and the other one failed to score a fucking penalty and didn't have a single shot on target against them. So for you to tell me, oh, but it happens, it's a bad game. When there is a big game, that's when you should show up if you are the best player in the world, not against some random motherfucker. We saw Salah against PSG, did nothing. We saw Salah against Real Madrid, did nothing. We saw Raphinha against Real Madrid, did everything. We saw Raphinha against Bayern Munich, did everything. When there is serious competition, one show up, the other one don't even show up. So with all due respect to Salah, I'm not hating on him, but this is a fact. That's what makes the difference for me. This is why Raphinha so far is the one deserving to win the Ballon d'Or. Raphinha don't score penalties. Raphinha do it against big clubs. Raphinha this season, 9 goals and assists he got in the Champions League, where when Barcelona were down or drawing. Salah in the Champions League has only 3 goals and 4 assists. Raphinha in the Champions League has 9 goals and 4 assists. What he's doing in the Prem, Salah is crazy good, breaking so many records, and he's still gonna break more records. So fair enough to him. But there is a competition, like I said, where both of them play in it. They both compete against each other. They both play with the best players in the world against the best players also in the world. So it's fair to compare them in that competition. Not a league. The league can be different, okay? Like for me personally, the Premier is shit this season compared to La Liga, where it's actually crazy good this season. Please just try to play against the team in the relegation zone in La Liga. They will make you hate your life. You see the horrible that Arteta is having in the Prem and everyone is complaining. La Liga, everyone in there is like that. You will lose your mind trying to score on them. That's why I only spoke about Champions League. And we always knew that the Ballon d'Or should be given to the best player in the best team, especially when it comes to the Champions League. Tell me Salah is better. Why is he not doing it in the Champions League same way he's doing it in the Prem? And Raphinha is doing it everywhere, La Liga and in the Champions League. I'm comparing them both in the same competition. I'm sorry, they both played against the same team, Real Madrid. Salah played against PSG. The f did he do? Imagine if Raphinha played against PSG this season. I'm not even speaking about the game from last season because that man cooked them back to back. Imagine him playing against PSG this season. He will do the same shit again. When there is lights over him, he always do it, Raphinha. He always cooks compared to Salah. And Salah being always like this. Salah always struggled when the world is watching him. With Liverpool, with Egypt, he's not been the best player when there is an important game. We saw Salah so many finals. We saw Salah in so many big games. We saw Salah in so many qualification games. We saw Salah in the World Cup. I'm not taking anything away from Salah, by the way. One of the best players in this generation. I respect him so much. What he achieved is crazy. But when it comes to the big games, he always goes. I'm not saying that all the time he goes. Yes, he has some games, big games, important games that he showed up. But 90% of the other games, he didn't show up. Compared to the Don Raphinha, who is doing it this season on a different kind of level. The best player should perform against the best teams in the best competition, not against some random motherfuckers while scoring tap-ins and penalties. Fair enough? That's fair.